Welcome to the Extra Yard. You're noticing a trend here where Michael Christian is not here for the start of the shows. Want to apologize to all of you who have been waiting in the chat. Michael Christian will have to come and explain himself whenever he comes in. However, by seeing everyone waiting, seeing the comments, seeing Alfredo Arteaga, the Godfather, trolling us in the comments as well, we decided that we have to start and Michael will have to come later. I, of course, am Kai Chen Chisholm. To my right is Mr. Roy A. Shepherd. And then also below us is Mr. Juan Cardona, a.k.a. Mr. Positivity. Boys, how's it going?
How we living, bro?
I'm chilling.
Royal, I gotta take the first dig at you, but your Packers laid an egg, bro.
Listen, Aaron Rodgers lost me my fantasy game, bro.
Me too, dog. Holy, bro, like.
So the fuck are you talking about, Juan?
Are we all Dolphins fans? Because Dolphins right now, the only team in the division with a win. We're number one in the AFC East right now. We sitting nice. We sitting nice, boys. How y'all feeling?
I'm feeling amazing, but I think Royal has a very nice note there, and we have stuff that we're going to talk about when we come into it. But Royal, your name there, Dolphins fans can't be happy. You want to get your Royal A. Kuiper Jr. self speaking?
Oh, by all means. So after the Dolphins pull out that victory, I'm feeling pretty good about the situation that the team has going on. I liked what I saw. I didn't like some of the things that I saw, but overall, I was happy. So I tuned into the 5 Reasons Sports postgame show, expecting jubilation to be on the screen, and that is not what I was getting, bro. I was getting people complaining, bitching and moaning about a win. And then I get on Twitter thinking that I'm going to see something different. And lo and behold, I get on Twitter and I see people bitching and moaning about a win. Yeah. Folks, before the game, I made sure to tell everybody to temper their expectations. The Dolphins did not look like the high-powered offense that everybody wanted them to look like going into this game, but they played complimentary football, and they won the game. And it's tough to do, especially when you're going up there to Foxborough anytime, even rookie quarterback and all. It's tough to go up there and get a win, especially in the opening weeks of the season. So, I mean, hats off to the Dolphins. They played good enough to win the game. They've got some things on tape that they can learn from, see what they can build on moving forward. But overall, man, I was pretty excited about what I saw from Miami.
Juan?
I mean, I'll be honest. I was probably one of the negative voices that, Royal was talking about going on Twitter. To be fair, it's just I had forgotten that my ritual for every Dolphins game ends with a Zinger Mountain Melt, and I had completely forgotten to go get my Zinger Mountain Melt. So when I got it Monday, then I all of a sudden became Mr. Positivity, and here we are. But no, like, all jokes aside, though, like, I feel like there's a difference between a hard-fought victory and struggling to win. And I don't think we struggled to win. I think there was times where the Patriots put pressure on us, like in the second quarter when they took the lead, and we saw Tua go ahead and lead them down the field and really methodically go ahead and get a score. You saw times where, at the end of the game where they fumbled, it's 1st and 14, and you see Tua hit, Devontae Parker on a slant, and it's all of a sudden a 2nd and short or a 1st down. So I think I do get Royal sentiment about everybody being negative. I feel like part of that group for sure. But ultimately, you kind of have to look at it as a process. And if we're looking at it as a process, we're very early in the stages. And as far as the offense, I saw a lot of good things. Like the O-line did not get beat up. The O-line was actually, I dare say, good at times. And really, we saw our number one receiver in Devontae Parker eat 4 catches, 81 yards. We saw Jalen Waddle go ahead and be a PPR monster that we probably are going to have him be with 4 catches, 61 yards, and a touchdown. He did have that ugly drop. But overall, man, like, there's a lot more positives than negatives. I will be negative about the defense later. I'm just giving that forewarning, and I'm going to explain in depth why. But other than that, man, I'm ecstatic to be the only team in the AFC East with a win.
Well, you mentioned Jalen Waddle, you mentioned PPR, and we have the one that owns it in our very own 5 Reasons Sports League coming on. Finally here from tennis of all sports,
Tennis.
Michael Christian.
Why you hate
Yo.
tennis so much, man? Tennis is such a good sport.
You know why I
Well,
hate
Michael
tennis.
thinking Andre Agassi.
Bro, listen. Andre Agassi, I gotta lose on my hair first. Oh, you see, how do you guys like that rundown, by the way? Right? We're kind of
Love it.
following it. I'm assuming we're on the overall feelings about the game part.
Yeah,
Nope.
pretty much. Yeah.
Bro, shut up. Just because your rundowns are doo-doo. All right. I mean, look, I was listening to Juan because I was back there for a little bit. I don't know how much the Dolphins earned that win, or kind of like, I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about it.
Okay, all right.
We talked about that before.
You remember before the game, me and Mike said it though. Mike said what he wanted to see, but I'm gonna let him finish. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, I just like, for me, this is what's happening. It's, oh, dude, I'd love to. If they fly it up to Orlando or drive it up. That fumble at the end, right? I understand Xavier Howard went and made that play, but if Damian Harris isn't an idiot and doesn't fumble that ball, you're likely looking at a Patriots W.
It's a first and goal at that point.
Right?
Close enough, yeah.
So I understand the Dolphins did end up playing better, so they won the game. I just don't know how strongly I'm leaning towards they earned that win. It is a road win. Road wins are great. It's a tough Bill Belichick defense. It's just really like super great. I don't know. I'll compare it was being a stitch.
But Mike, let me flip that on you. If they don't call that bullshit ass roughing the passer call,
they don't get a touchdown.
They don't get a touchdown.
They're only
No,
touchdown.
no, and listen, and I understand that, which is why I'm not fully on saying like, oh, you know, the Dolphins didn't earn the win, right? I'm just not fully on board with that statement, because you can play the what if game all day, right? Because then you can say, well, what if Jalen Waddle catches that third down pass? That has a lot of momentum. What if Solomon Kinley doesn't get that dumb penalty being too far downfield? Gesicki converts that first down. That's another drive that's going. What if the Patriots break a couple of those tackles and those runs go a little bit longer? There's a lot of things you can do with it.
What's going on here? What the fuck is going on here? Like,
what? Expects to see dominance from the Miami Dolphins.
I just didn't know that we would like flip-flop roles without even like communicating to each other, Michael. Like what's good, bro? Like, what are we doing?
I'm kind of surprised that you're so like. I'm legitimately surprised that you're so negative, Mike. Like, no,
I'm surprised that one's so
like,
positive.
That is very surprising.
But there's a lot like, and you made our beautiful rundown, Mr. Michael Christian. But I think like it is kind of like what I mean. You got to be happy. You came out of Foxborough with a win. Youngest quarterback to beat Belichick in Foxborough, 2-0 against the Patriots. I think the other stat was that he's the first quarterback to win their first two games, I guess, or go back to back, like first young quarterback or something like that to go back to back with like Bill Belichick. Like, I mean, you got to be happy with the outcome. I am
happy with the outcome, and I said that, right? I'm happy that they won. I'm always going to be happy that they win. I just had different expectations going into it. You all knew that, right? And I'll use this as a segue to get into biggest takeaways, right? Like my biggest takeaway from that game was the ease that the Patriots had converting third downs the entire game.
That's fair.
They were 11 of 16 on third down.
That is,
and Mac Jones, yes, he was dinking and dunking. It wasn't anything crazy downfield. It wasn't anything that really blew your mind. But every single time he had to make a read, he made the right one. Literally every single time. Right, it felt like there was something that wasn't working right on the defense.
Play of the game, except for first play of the game, well, I don't know what the hell that was from Mac Jones.
He don't even know himself.
You mean the what was it, the backwards fumble thing?
Yeah,
bro.
Pass.
Yeah, sure, but like over the course of the game to convert that many third downs, right? And there was no point in the game where the Patriots had like a 3rd and 3, maybe a 3rd and 2, and I sat there and I thought to myself, okay, the Dolphins defense has this.
I'm honestly, I'm gonna egg you on right now. I'm 100% on board with you. I broke it down a little further. 7 of the third down conversions that you're talking about were 3rd and 2 and less. Another 7 were 3rd and 6 and less, or 3rd and 6 and more, excuse me. So even in our bread and butter of 3rd and 6 and longs, where we're gonna get a young rookie quarterback, Mac and the Pats, you know, they had answers, bro. They responded. Every time you saw a cat blitz, a linebacker blitz, a stunt blitz, it was him holding the ball to the very last second and then getting off a beautiful ball. Yep. Like it's very hard for me to sit here and hate on Mac Jones because I get it. Like the media is already they already stitched up his gold jacket. Like, let's just be
They
honest.
love him.
They love him. They love him. He's white. He's
Almost
for
as
the
much as you
Patriots.
do. Look, you got his gold jacket on right now.
Hey, but
Well,
listen,
it's-
here's the
yeah,
thing though. I'm gonna side with Juan on this one, right? Because I thought Mac Jones should have looked more rattled, right? I thought he was going to look more rattled. I thought the Dolphins would have taken advantage of that. And Bill Belichick and Josh McDaniels called a great game for him, but he did nothing wrong.
But he didn't do anything. That's the whole.
Exactly. Yeah.
He just threw the damn ball to the wide open receiver.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Hold on. You've talked about it. Let me get some words in. But listen, here's the thing. If all you're gonna do is throw the ball 4 yards away from the line of scrimmage, when you get to the red zone, all that space that you have for those vertical routes is no longer there, which is why you didn't see Mac Jones have very much success in the red zone. Like
right,
in terms of being able to get the ball into the right, exactly. You heard the points. So but it's true though. It's true.
I'm gonna push back a little bit. And the only reason why is on 3 different instances that Mac and the Pats offense was in the Dolphins territory. Mm-hmm. One was after the 35-yarder that the next play was that crazy backwards pass fumble by him. That was his fault. The other 2 were him methodically leading that offense down the field and his running backs in Ramondre Stevenson having a fumble, his other running back in Damian Harris having a fumble. But I can't blame red zone efficiency on him because the fumbles aren't on him, you know?
Especially as a fan of the Dolphins, who we spent so much time blaming our weapons for why a lot of things didn't work. You get down to the red zone, those Patriots wide receivers are going to have an incredibly difficult time getting open against Byron Jones, Xavier Howard, Brandon Jones, Eric Rowe. Like at that point, I don't know how much to blame Mac because he's probably not Javon Holland. He's probably not doing more there because he doesn't have the weapons for it.
Sure, but okay. So I guess my overarching point is I don't think I'm not saying Mac Jones played terribly. Mac Jones was phenomenal before his first game. What I'm saying
is he was able to point. First sentence of that. I never thought after the past 20 years I would see Miami fans complaining about beating the Pats in New England. That's Royal's point.
Yeah, but my thing about Mac Jones is it's not that I think Mac Jones did a phenomenal job at what he was asked to do. My whole thing about it was he wasn't asked to do anything.
Yeah,
like he wasn't asked to do anything.
But that's the thing that I can't agree with because I think he was asked to do something and he was asked to make the right reads on crucial downs. And if you're a quarterback that can convert third downs consistently, you are a quarterback that will win in this league.
Yeah, but he had receivers running wide open, Mike. Like that's what it was. The Dolphins.
It was. I mean, it was.
They run those little shallow crossing routes or whatever, and they had people running free every play.
Right.
So that's
a lot of
defensive was questionable.
I just
Mike
just gloat about Mac Jones. Like my heart is just like.
No, it hurts. It hurts. I don't like him. Right. I want him to do
nothing but 4 months of crap of me wanting him to get drafted third overall.
I'm still going to give
third overall though.
I'm gonna be real here.
I'm still on the train. If he's over there with San Francisco, that running game, those receivers.
What running game? The running backs are all injured.
Didn't Elijah Mitchell just go 19 carries, 110 yards, touchdown, 6th-round pick? You find me a 6th-round pick.
Chase Edmonds, you know.
What?
Listen, Mike, you're not getting him because I'm in the waiver wire and I already put a waiver in for him. So
yeah, because you're probably dead last.
I'm sorry, I didn't lose by 0.6 points to a freaking dude who had 3 players drop 30 points or more on his bench.
Take that, Mike.
Wait, time out. Are you gloating over the fact that I lost by 0.08 points? Because
all I heard was, are you gloating after the fact that I lost? And then I ignored everything else.
Here's something that applies to what we're talking about in general. A loss only counts for 1 loss, and a win only counts for 1 win, no matter how many points you lose by.
Big facts.
He says that because he also lost in fantasy.
Wait, but that's perfect.
I lost in embarrassing fashion, though.
It brings up that same thing. It's like, I feel, and I guess getting to my takeaway, I think I wrote, like, you know, he's able to attack the defense and like what we were able to give him. Like he was able to capitalize on that. I don't think that me, you, or anyone really thought that was actually going to happen. At the same time, I think that maybe a lot of us thought your opinion doesn't count. I think a lot of us thought that it was going to be easy. Like, and it wasn't. It is true that it wasn't.
Put Kendall's comment up.
But I think that that's a mic thing right now because I'm talking. So I think that like the fact that you're able to go into New England and get a win, it doesn't matter if it was 1 point, you got the win. You got the win. You went to New England, you got to win with a young quarterback. And as far as I'm concerned, and I saw someone tweet earlier, Tua playing against them, I think he has 4 touchdowns and 2 interceptions if you count the rushing and then the one passing. It really wasn't a horrible game from him. It really wasn't that bad. And I think a lot of people are criticizing him more than he should be getting criticized. You go over there and you get a win in a tough area with a tough coach, and now your head coach since playing Bill Belichick is 3-1, and he's supposed to be the next disciple or whatever, and he's won 3 games and lost 1 of them. So, and the one that he lost, Ryan Fitzpatrick, threw 3 interceptions. So,
that bum.
I guess at least in the last 4 to what I'm trying to say. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Royal, you were next on the sheet for biggest takeaway.
He didn't even put the comment up because he didn't want to put up the comment about freaking Najee Harris.
Oh yeah, I don't even know what rundown you're talking about. I haven't read it. But
it says "Hey Royal" on it.
Hey Michael.
It does.
So no, to kind of piggyback off of what Kai was saying about Tua, he said Tua didn't play that well. I thought Tua played all right. On those, he got scores on the 2 opening drives, the first drive and the first drive of the second half. And I think Ethan made this point on the post-game show. Tua looked really good when the plays were scripted out for what he was supposed to do. Yeah, his scripted drives looked really good. They were efficient. The team was fast. He was moving the ball. He pushed the ball up the field some, particularly that pass to Devontae Parker.
A 30-yarder over J.C. Jackson.
Yeah, but I mean, he threw it up there, and you'd like to see it, bro. So this is just a stepping stone game. You would have liked to see more cleanliness, but they were dealing with a Bill Belichick ran defense. They got out of there with a win. They put stuff on tape that they can be proud of, and they put stuff on tape that they can learn from, and that's kind of like the best part of what happened. You were able to learn from some of your mistakes, and you got to win.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's almost like you got to win, but you have a nasty feeling in your mouth to where come Sunday, you're not necessarily going up against Buffalo, gloating or feeling full of yourself because there's shit that needs to get worked on. But my takeaway from this game was actually that Devontae Parker was our wide receiver 1. That's funny. Yeah. I kind of went into the game thinking that Gesicki was going to be more involved as far as the passing game. But I was pleasantly surprised to know that it was really Waddle first. Once they got Waddle going, it was all right. Well, we need a big play. And every time it felt like it was always to Devontae. Anytime that it was a slant or an RPO slant or anything like that, Devontae looked elite. And another part of that elite play was how pinpoint Tua is, because you can be accurate and hit your man, or you can be elite pinpoint accuracy and hit him with a chance to run. And you kind of saw that on that last play on that 1st and 14, where that's a ball that Devontae's just snagging out the air and just catching it in stride and going. And
what a play call too.
100%, 110%.
Big balls play call.
And just Devontae being that number 1 receiver this week leaves it open to interpretation for the Bills to say, okay, well, they have Fuller coming back, and they have Devontae, and they have Waddle, and they have Gesicki, who didn't even get involved, and maybe Preston comes back, and all of a sudden we're looking like I'm scared to say because I've just never been able to say, but we're looking like a stacked fucking offense. Like holy shit, it's surprising.
Yeah, I think look. All these takeaways make sense, and I feel like everybody's getting real crazy now about the way I'm feeling about the game. First of all, I can feel however the fuck I want about the game, so y'all better relax.
They probably expected what you were going to say coming from me, and then it's
okay,
shocking.
But here's the thing.
They're not used to Michael being negative.
But here's the thing that I think all of us can say. What, we want to walk away from this win and be like, everything's cool, everything's peachy keen, let's just move forward?
No, I don't think that's what we're saying. But
that's not. But I just don't understand at what point what I'm saying is so crazy and out there.
It's not. You have expectations.
I tweet this out and people would go nuts.
Oh no, trust me. You preaching to the choir here, boy. But no, I think ultimately what it comes down to is there's stuff to work, like Roy has been saying, but there has to be a little bit of an appreciation of saying, damn, bro, we won a game we probably shouldn't have. We won a game against people that, in a sense, almost outplayed us with Mac outplaying Tua. I think we can be honest with that. I feel like Mac was
He
more
definitely outplayed
effective.
him in the 3-yard throws. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm about to say I don't believe that. I don't think.
Here's the
Mac
thing,
outplayed
though.
Tua.
Y'all keep putting like caveats and everything, right? And that's what everybody's doing.
No,
Like, it's
I'm
like,
just.
the
I'm
Dolphins
just
went to
making
New
a
England.
joke.
And they had to play against the refs too, because the refs always do stuff in New England, right? Oh, they
I
had to
don't
go
care- I
to
don't care about
like.
that.
There's all these like things
But-
that we keep adding on to everything going on.
It's not. I don't think it's just that it's adding. Like it. You do understand that was a factor in the game. Like it's not. No one's. I think everyone can complain about what was happening.
There
We're
are
all
two
very
major
upset.
plays I
Things
can
to
think
look
of.
at.
Yes.
100%. But at the end of the day, the reaction of we went into Foxborough and got a win is because it is difficult. Like it wasn't like it was last year with Ryan Fitzpatrick throwing 3 interceptions, costing us the game with no fans. It was a full packed Gillette Stadium with a rowdy
I got a
crowd
question for you guys when you get
with a first round quarterback that they are supposed to have faith in. And he did have a good game. Like it was some things that he did take what the defense gave him. But at the same time, I think we can all agree that, a good quarterback is going to take what the defense gives him. He's not just going to go out there and try to force things. He's going to take what's given to him.
And it's not just a matter of the fact that he yes, a lot of the stuff that he was hitting was short and 3 yards and 4 yards short.
But it was still abusing our defense. It doesn't matter. Like that's that. I'm like I take that point,
right.
and I was the one that said it. But at the same time, he was still, he was.
But it's not just that.
Defense,
it's like he was doing that with people smacking him in the face.
No, for sure. I think.
Listen, I haven't seen a quarterback stand like that in pressure in a while.
Oh, thank you, Alfredo Artiaga, for the $10 dono. He said that 1st and 14 call was a fake RPO.
See how he just takes it, right?
Counter tray, pulling 2 to the plate. I'm sorry, go ahead, bro.
No, you can finish it up. You started it.
I do it every single time I wait till Rule speaks, man. I swear.
That 1st and 14 call was a fake RPO, counter tray, pulling 2 to the play side, exposing 2 and throwing backside. Yeah, massive huge balls, make a clutch throw. For sure, Alfredo.
I set up, we're going to go over key plays next, right? And everybody is going to talk
about.
Hold
on. I got a question before we get
I know. We're not moving on to that yet. Espérate. You're fine. We're going to go over key plays. That play to start off that final drive is an entire segment I want us to talk about. The entire drive. Because that was huge. That was very key. Juan, what were you going to say?
So halfway into the game, I started kind of talking to myself. Well, I talked to myself all day, but I started responding to myself. But nah, I just want to get your guys' thoughts. Would you prefer our offense with the receivers that we have, or would you guys trade our receivers that we have for the Pats O-line and running backs?
No shot that I go for the Pats end of things. I just offer pure honesty because I don't think I ever want to see what we saw last year again with the lack thereof talent at receiver and running back. I mean, the running backs were the same, but it still wasn't, I'm not, I don't want to see that again.
That's a tough one just because that O-line is good. That O-line is very solid.
And the running back to me is our
running backs are good. And I know we're talking about wide receivers, but to me, you got to throw in tight ends to that too, right? And Gesicki is great. Don't get me wrong, but they've got Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry for at least 4 weeks. So, that's a tough call for me. I think I'm sticking with the Dolphins because I do like our versatility at wide receiver, but I see where that's really close.
I'm sticking with the Dolphins because it's a passing league, and I love the Patriots' offensive line. They were dominant in this last game, and that running game was more than solid. But yeah, I think I'm gonna make the panel 3 for 3 because I like like Mike said, I like the versatility that you guys have in the wide receiver room, and so
we have.
I'm sorry,
Don't forget, y'all got blown out. Yeah, somebody on a Saints pregame show said we're finna blow that shit out, and it did actually happen, bro.
Hey, bro, they watching 5 reasons. I appreciate y'all for stealing my shit, but but yeah, I really do like the versatility that we have in the wide receiver room. So yeah, I think stay with the Dolphins. Juan, are you giving up on the wide receiver core?
It's not that I'm giving up on the wide receiver core, but if I'm looking at as far as constructing an offense for Tua, I would probably want a more dominant run game with the running backs and the line that they have. I would trade like if we just switched around offenses for Tua and Mac, I would probably take Tua and the Pats offense before I would take Mac and the Dolphins offense, if that makes sense. I feel like once you get that solid O-line in front of him, you can build everything else off of that. You can have guys like Nelson Aguilar look like they're average when they're like.
I mean, he found
garbage,
success with
you
Matt
know?
Collins at multiple times last season. He found success
Exactly.
with Jakeem. He found success with whoever he had to. So I see
If
that
Mac
point.
Jones, I mean, if Mac Jones was on the Dolphins, the Patriots win that game by 45 points.
Easily, 100% agree with her.
If you switch the
You give
quarterbacks,
two of that run game, and he's eating.
yeah, they beat the shit out of the Dolphins, bro. Like that's
What you're saying, Juan, when agreeing with Royal there, is that you truly don't like Mac Jones. It's all a facade.
I didn't say that.
That's what he
He
said.
said Tua's better, bro.
What
Royal?
if he's watching?
He said
What if
Tua
he's
better, bro.
watching?
He said
What
Tua.
if he's
I heard it.
watching?
I heard what Kachi and Chisholm
I heard it. Yeah.
Damn, well, I mean, if I said it, I mean, fuck.
Dang,
Alright.
you said it, Juan. It's over now.
really
Let's
did,
move on.
for real, like,
Let's move on to
in a
key
roundabout
plays.
way.
So I kind of jotted down some key plays here. I think they were pretty key. If you guys have other ones, I don't even know if I got the exact order of how they happened right. But Juan, I do want you to go first on this one. So it's going to be that opening play for the Patriots, right? That 35-yard run,
Yeah.
right? Kind of dissecting what happened on that play and just overall your thoughts on the run defense. I know you want to talk more about the defense in general, but run defense.
So I'm gonna defer in a way my answer about this 35-yarder to Alfredo Arteaga today with their podcast, or yesterday, excuse me, to where he was analyzing it, looking to see what happened, and he ended up finding out that every motherfucker just got blocked, and like we just sucked on that first, we just sucked on that first play, right? There's just there's not really much we can say about that. It was a 35-yarder. They were driving it down the field. We ultimately held tough and you know, that bend don't break type of defense. But the rush defense, and I'm probably gonna get a lot of slack here, I find it more concerning than everybody else. And primarily it's because and I think one of our comments already went that route, where it's like, yeah, they had one carry for 35 and then 29 for 90.
Yeah.
But like, if I lived my life like that, then I would have to say, well, Tua had 15 passes for 170 yards. To me, that doesn't compute. What happened. And bringing it back to your point earlier about third downs, Michael, like, they lived in third and short, bro. They had seven third downs where it was 3rd and 2 and less, and they converted all of them, every single one. So yeah, those 3.1 yards per carry that they had on the other 29, maybe that doesn't sound as exciting or as gaudy as it should. But if they're getting first downs, if they're moving the field, you know, it's tough. It's tough like that, because eventually you're going to run into a team like the Raiders who have a quarterback that can throw it. You're going to run into a team like
and almost throw it away.
That too. So I think you're leaving yourself open to like eventually being gashed by the run, where somebody else can take advantage of it.
Yeah, and there was a few times I think where, and I believe it was Alfredo that said this on the podcast. If not, it might have been CK. I'm not sure. But he mentioned like Eric Rowe specifically in the run game wasn't really the strongest. He missed a lot of tackles. Like,
and he got picked on a lot. He 9 targets to him. He was the number 1 targeted defender for the Dolphins. Baker was second, and I think again our 3 yards per carry did a hell of a run with talking about how Baker really struggled last game.
He really did. James White was open every single time.
That boy was using him.
So I know you'll talk more about the defense later, but I want to throw it over to Kai. Kai, I want you to talk now. Waddle did have a good day overall, but he did also have what is, in my opinion, a pretty key drop on a 3rd down play where if he catches it, you're looking at least 25, 30 yards and maybe even longer as long as he breaks.
That might have been a house call,
one
bro.
tackle.
Yeah.
Right. So talk a little bit about that specific play and kind of how that shut down some of the momentum.
I mean, obviously, it stunted an entire drive, and that's that's a play that we were making fun of Jamar Chase all preseason for not catching, and we were like, "Oh, Jalen Waddle's not going to drop that," and then all of a sudden, right, like that's one that you know it gets put on your hands. There's a player that we have on the team that was known for dropping. There's no way that the curse could have gone to Jalen Waddle, is what I immediately thought. Like, I'm not going to lie, I was like, it's only 2 numbers off. Could it be the same thing?
Talking about the curse in 19.
Yeah, like, you know, like he is wearing 17. We did have someone for 7 years, like, you know, just kind of going through my head. But like in all reality, like it did stunt it. It's not a drop that you want to see, but I feel like he made up for it. I think his touchdown was after the drop, if my memory serves me correct.
Yeah, the drop was in the first half.
That was a good touchdown that he had to really stretch out for and work for, and like he
and
did
that 30-yard bomb he had where he totally lost the guy.
He definitely made up for it, and I think that all of the rookie receivers that were were supposed to be the big name guys went out and showed out, and I think that he's going to be able to continue to show out. I know we'll talk about the Bills more on Thursday, but I'm not going to lie, I'm not scared of them. And someone said this. I don't know about 100 plus, but like
he can't 200.
I wouldn't be shocked if he has a
Well,
very good game against the Bills.
I better start him. So okay, Alex M comes in and says the one drop. Yes, we are talking about the one drop because
it was crucial.
You
It
can't
was
downplay
it was
it.
a
Was third and
play.
10,
Play, yeah.
wide open, good protection. Tua
Great-
hit him in.
First of all,
It was
great
put where it
protection
needed
on
to
that
be.
one. Tua had all the time in the world to let it develop. He got
Mhm.
exactly to where he needed to. So
Mm,
no, he
It
should
hit
have.
his
He had
hand.
both hands. The
yeah.
alligator armed it real bad. Like when
Yeah.
you see the angle from like from the baseline, like it's just like
And look, let's just be honest. We're not bashing him. He had a
No.
good game.
he had a great
We're
game.
just
He dropped
nitpicking.
it.
We're nitpicking. We have expectations for the 6th overall pick. He obviously performed how we expected him to. He just had a drop. It's all right.
Well, and we
can
have
talk
another
about it.
segment where
Looking-
we will praise him. So
I don't want to put it up here just because of NFL and copyright rules and blessed be thy Ethan J. Skolnick, but like this drop that drop, I know Juan said it's possibly a house call. Like that's a house call. Like
No,
looking
yeah,
at it
for sure.
just on
Yeah.
the replay, that's a house call.
Safety is not getting him there. Like
well,
The
and I
next
think
closest
Devontae
receiver
Parker.
is like
I
maybe
think
10
Devontae Parker
yards.
is in a good spot to get a block too.
that
Right,
too.
they turn it upfield. Parker gets the block. He takes that home. So that's the only
Jakeem
reason
has
why
to get a block, and that's really about it. And he's
Yep.
taking that like.
And Alfredo just said it.
Yep.
Right,
Yeah.
like he gets by Jonathan Jones, who in my opinion did not have a very good game. Right, he got a really was it
The whole
Jonathan Jones that had the
secondary did-
interception?
Look, the whole secondary didn't have a great game, and like I know that I'm breaking down what we actually have, and we actually have a plan today. But can we talk about how unpatriot like a lot of these teams have seemed? Like a lot of these things have seemed. Excuse me. 2 fumbles that doesn't happen in a Bill Belichick
The
team.
penalties.
Talking about,
The
you talking about
penalties,
80, talking about
that doesn't
8
happen.
penalties for 84 yards. Like
Doesn't
yeah.
happen on and mentioned
They beat
multiple times by the
themselves. They
horrible
beat
broadcast
themselves.
team that they had.
Okay,
You're talking
wait,
about
hold
you're
on
talking
a
about
second,
the broadcast team that said Preston Williams was our fastest receiver last year.
bro. That
Listen.
broadcast team was no bueno.
Listen.
Like I'm
Okay.
nobody
Hold on a
to
second.
give
Hold on a
credit
second.
to
Juan, what
Jakeem
did you just say?
Grant.
What did you just say about the Patriots? They did what to themselves?
They beat themselves.
But
Look,
why?
you
No.
sent my rant. You see this?
I don't
Michael
believe-
is racist.
I'm-
He sent in my rant.
I'm just trying to make sure because I was the negative one, but Juan just said they beat
But that's-
themselves.
I don't believe.
Wait, that
believe
was
that
negative?
the
I
Patriots
didn't even
beat.
know.
I believe the Dolphins beat them.
They forced
I
3
believe the
fumbles
Dolphins
and
beat-
recovered 2 of them.
Right, and then they didn't allow a touchdown except for the one that shouldn't have been a touchdown.
Yeah.
And
I just wanted to because he said that I wanted to set you guys going again.
but for real, like it's like all these things that were so unpatriot like, and then JC Jackson talking crap after the game about Tua. It's
Shut
like,
up.
dude,
Not
you just lost, and you didn't even look that great on the plays that you were targeted
No,
for.
he got sunned.
Tua's a
one-read quarterback.
He got absolutely sunned. He's like, Tua's a one-read quarterback. Yeah, because when he's throwing your way, JC Jackson, he doesn't need a second read because you're going to lose
Facts.
every time.
It's
Big
so crazy because they literally like it said everything, and I know. Like I think, truthfully, I do think that Mac Jones looked good, even with all the jokes and stuff like that. He was able to, again, take what the defense is giving you, do that stuff, system, whatever anyone wants to say. But like that is not a Patriots team, like it's not. And I don't want to be the one to go out there. And I know this is the Dolphins thing, but I just need to mention that because it's like that team is not built like the New England Patriots. And that 150 million, someone put it up there earlier again. It's like 150 million. We talked about it last week. You lost to a quarterback that you knew what was going to do everything, and a lot of that money was spent on your defense, 2 tight ends. Yeah, I'll take it. You lost.
Yeah.
I just had to. It's just that was.
No, I know. You
pissing
had to
me
get it
off,
off
bro.
your chest, and I appreciate it. I think I was going to go next with key play breakdown or key play review. And what I was going to talk about was that really, really awful Landon Roberts penalty, that roughing the passer.
Yeah, I think
That
what they
was-
wanted him to do is like they wanted him to run over Ramondre Stevenson, and then right before going to Mac Jones, like
Stand
tapping
straight up.
him on the shoulder and saying, "Hey, I'm about to hit you."
No. What they
Just
wanted him to
fall
do is
down. Like-
wanted him to run over Ramondre Stevenson, take a second, stand straight up, say, "Okay, now we can go," and then go tackle him.
get on one knee, propose to Mac Jones, give him flowers, and ask him in his most kind voice, "Could you please allow yourself to be sacked now, good sir?" That's what the fuck they wanted to do. Like he bull rushed that man, bro. Like
Alfredo Arteaga talked about it as well today with I think it was today or yesterday with Dono. It might have been today with Dono,
about the
where
intent.
like how you sit down with the refs and they're able to kind of explain to you everything and how he nitpicks and goes everything. It's like that was a horrible play call. Like that, like it's and the like a horrible play, excuse me, to like give that call. And the ref, even looking back at it, that's right there, isn't the one that throws his flag. It's the ref that's 5 yards down the field that throws his flag.
And and literally that play is the only reason why they scored the touchdown.
Oh yeah,
because they sacked them back there. The points are way different, right? That's one of those where, yeah, I mean, I don't even know if he should do flag football. Should probably only be reffing Madden games that he's watching, and then not have any effect at all. Yeah, intramurals. There you go. That was a very frustrating play because that would have been our only sack. We got no sacks all day, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he blew through. That was Ramondre Stevenson on that play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was Juan's
blew
boy.
Through him. Blew through him. Like
folded out there.
My God,
he totally got wrecked on that one. Now, okay, hold on a second.
Welcome to the NFL.
I did want to make a quick point about the run defense because I don't know if we were going to ever circle back around to it, but let's not forget that Raekwon got hurt in this game, bro.
Exactly.
And that's a big part of the Dolphins' run defense.
Raekwon's out.
He's right. That's what
IR. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like he was when he left. Like that's a big loss for Miami. Because he would have been one of the person that was probably able to, in some way, kind of help. It went 54-yard field goal try. Bob. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he would have been one of the people that would have helped quell some of the leakage that was going on in the running game, and to not have him in there, that played a role in the Dolphins giving up that much on the ground too.
Oh, absolutely. Did it count as a sack? Because I don't think they have any sacks listed.
I'll check.
Because
did. The Christian Wilkins had one, I think.
Oh, so it gave it to Christian Wilkins. Okay, so they
gave it to Javon Holland.
No, the fumble.
It says one sack, Javon Holland. I think. Like I'm looking through now. It says Javon Holland.
Can we talk about that man?
Well, Javon Holland.
I'm gonna keep looking.
Canada.
I don't think it was. Sorry, now looking back, I don't think it was assigned to anyone.
Bro, that's not even the anthem.
Yeah, it wasn't assigned to anyone, at least.
That's not the anthem for Canada, homie.
Yeah, it is just Canada.
Oh, Canada.
Yeah,
our home and native land.
You were not singing what Kai's singing.
I was remixing it.
Like true patriot.
You don't do that with anthems.
Hey, bro, you know how they do in Broward County, man. They put a on their thing. You know what I'm saying?
Broward County has zero association with Canada other than the 12 snowbirds that come down.
But no, just to kind of bring it back to the series. That boy Javon Holland, like I was impressed by what I saw from him.
He is a ball magnet.
Yeah,
fumbles, INTs.
He just finds him,
bro. He straight up looked like somebody put Enforcer on him, right? Like somebody upgraded his card, put Enforcer on him. He had that downhill hit stick, and that ball went flying.
That young man is going to hurt a lot of people in this NFL because he was not afraid to put his nose in there, get his face in there. He was out there hitting, bro. And when you looked at the type of aggression that you want to see from Dolphins players like that, I was like, damn, that's it, bro.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're talking about aggression,
and
you're talking about aggression in the run game. Royal, I want you to talk about probably the biggest play of the game, that Damian Harris fumble.
Yeah. Okay. So to me, it's not a Damian Harris fumble. It's an Xavier Howard
strip.
Love it. That's what.
But Damian Harris.
Look, my biggest takeaway from that was that X needed to make a play in this game, and he made one. They weren't going to throw the ball anywhere near him. That was out. So you know what I mean? Like he needed to find a way to put his prints on this game, and why not choose the biggest moment of the game to do that? That was an amazing play by X-Man. I don't only want to fault the Patriots for fumbling. I want to credit the Dolphins defense for getting that fumble. They needed a turnover. They needed a play, and they went out there and made one, bro. So that's the only thing I took away from that play. The Dolphins needed a play. They got it, and they were able to seal the game after that. The Patriots didn't see the ball again.
That's why you pay your stars.
Yep. Yep.
Legitimately.
Somebody
Big
said pay
players.
Somebody said pay Ogba now. Why not, bro? Pay him.
Like legitimately, like look, Mac that drive was driving. He converted a 3rd and 6.
Well, and the runs were working well. I think that was a
first and
6-yard
10.
run before he fumbled.
No, it was a 2-yard run by Damian Harris on that one, but the play before was a Mac Jones 11-yard throw to Johnny Smith. But they were moving the ball. Hell, they were on the Miami 11-yard line. Like they were already knocking on 1st and goal.
Yep.
And you see exactly like Royal said, man. Like you see, like you need a play. Your big star makes the play, man. And there's almost, I feel like almost kind of like poetic justice in a sense where it's Xavier making plays, it's Devontae making plays, it's guys that this team or sorry, this fan base really wasn't appreciating, and it was almost more of taking them for granted. And you see them in an afternoon where everything's not really working how you would want it to, but those guys made enough plays to where it's like, damn, they did lead us to a win.
They did.
You got all the new bells and whistles, and then your old heads are the ones that kind of did it for you in this game.
Yep. That play was pretty good justification for that freaking contract. Like anybody that was questioning what happened, which again, if anyone has any problems with the contract, you're ridiculous, because that contract is almost completely in the Dolphins' favor. Like there is almost nothing in that contract that's like, okay, great. Xavier Howard won that one. He definitely did. And Xavier Howard absolutely won that game. Pulled a rabbit out of a hat. Great job by them.
I will add though, if he continues like this, we're going to be right back at the same spot next offseason talking about the deal.
But if he continues like this, I'm sorry, you got to pay that man.
Facts, no, there's no argument anymore. You pay him whatever he comes and asks. Like
you got to pay him that. Before we move on to bullish or bearish, Juan's stock report, basically, I do want to go over that final drive. Now, we've already talked about that first play, not the one that Tua went out there and ran for some yards and then got a terrible holding call by Liam. 1st and 14, that fake RPO, that throw. We've talked about it. Huge play, great execution. To me, on that drive, what kind of stuck out more was the fact that for a running game that wasn't that successful at times, right? You had a few decent runs, and then you had some really bad runs, right? That were 1 to 2 yard losses, right? And it was way too back and forth. You needed it at the end of the game there, and the Patriots knew what the Dolphins were going to do. They know you're going to try to run the ball. And we still were able to run it and get the first downs, right? We were able to seal it. What are you guys' thoughts on that last drive and just the fact that they sealed it in a way that I don't think any of us would have guessed that they would have done it? I'll go to Kai since everyone's so talkative.
I mean, I was about to bring up the play-by-play just so that everyone can see it just in general of like kind of how the everything went. But like, it's just that play targeting Jalen Mills, Devontae Parker's son. I was happy about everything. Like that drive was just the way to seal the deal.
What do you guys think about the fact they went Wildcat, right? Because to me,
did they do that on that drive?
Yeah, literally the next play after that, direct snap to Malcolm Brown. To me, I kind of, it took me a while to work my way into feeling like this, because at first I'm like, yo, why the hell are they putting Jacoby Brissett to do 3rd and shorts? Why are they going?
No.
I know, but let me finish.
Because Royal's getting me hot.
I was on that boat. I was like, yo, why are they doing Wildcats when they need a 3rd and 2 right now? And really, to me now, it's like, well, no, they're just being creative. Like they're saying, okay, look, maybe we can't go out there and beat you 1-on-1, man up, straight up, and get you a 3rd and 2. But we'll find a creative way to put numbers advantage to us and maybe get it done that way.
He's staring into your soul.
No, I know. I feel it. I feel him burning like literally 2 eyeballs into me. But I think, Malcolm Brown was more than Jordan Howard, really. Like, and that's all that we can really ask for at this point.
So hold on a second. First of all, I like the Wildcat usage, especially that it was in New England, just because, F you, Bill Belichick. That one time you lost to literally one play for an entire game.
I hate that we had to resort to it a couple times. I can't lie.
I loved it. But hold on a second. Royal, why are you making a face?
I didn't like the Jacoby Brissett thing. Like,
I
understand. I understand that he's a great quarterback sneaker. But you don't have a play for 3rd and 1? Like, twice? Really? Like the first time, it was confusing to everybody. I'm pretty sure everybody. Can you take me off full screen, please? It makes me uncomfortable. But the first time you did it, cool. And then they got a penalty like the very next play or something like that.
Well, no. That second play was the questionable thing, right? Because he was still out there. They were running some really weird.
But even the quarterback sneak, like you don't have a 3rd-and-1 play that you use your starting quarterback in.
No, okay, but let me ask you, Royal.
Yeah, they have a 3rd-and-1 play.
If the team is telling you in a roundabout way that no, we don't have one, can we fault them for finding one though and getting it done?
Yeah,
no,
because that works too. You have to say.
And didn't the Colts do the same thing?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure the Colts did the same thing with Jacoby Brissett, where they would bring him in for 3rd-and-1 or 3rd and short, basically every time.
Rivers. Yeah,
he also started for the Colts a lot of times.
Oh yeah, sorry, I was.
But
Kai and I kept clicking it.
No, I get it, Sir Alfredo Arteaga, bro. I'm just saying I don't like the idea of your quarterback already being questioned for whatever reason.
No.
I'll put it more eloquently.
The optics aren't great.
Yes, he's saying that after a season of having Ryan Fitzpatrick play closer, that he would have wanted Tua to QB sneak it. And I get it.
No. I don't want Tua to QB sneak it. I understand if you're going to run a QB sneak.
No, he wants a creative play with either a power run to Malcolm Brown or like a pass to Jalen Waddle.
It's something. I just want you to run a regular play. I don't want you to gimmick
Jacoby Brissett, arguably the best quarterback sneaker in the entire NFL for the past.
You're making an argument for a quarterback sneak, Michael.
What's wrong with it if it's going to work every time?
It sounds outrageous, bro. It sounds outrageous.
No, it doesn't.
I hear the outrageousness in your voice, dog.
It's like what other team? You think you're pulling out Patrick Mahomes because then you might have a taller quarterback on the sideline to gain 1 fucking yard? No, you're not. You just call a play that gets you 1 yard.
Tua's not Patrick Mahomes.
He's not Patrick Mahomes, but Tua can gain you 1 yard. He can get you 1 yard. You can hand the ball off to a running back to get 1 yard.
But at the end of the game, you're trying to get look. No. First of all, in my opinion, the QB sneak is a fantastic play. I genuinely think QB sneak is a fantastic play.
If they did it on the goal line to get a touchdown, I wouldn't care.
So, but why not do it in that situation? No. I'm sorry. I can't agree with you at all. I think the QB sneak was great.
Look, bro, I get it. It worked, so it was great. It worked both times, so it was great both times. All I'm saying is the optics of it.
This is all I need. You
got Jordan Howard numbers.
all I'm saying is after what you dealt with in terms of the controversy surrounding Tua and his position, what you just got finished dealing with in terms of him not being a team captain, you still are just. It's like you taking shots at the man. Like,
we'd
rather put Jacoby Brissett in here.
If people are taking this and equating it to putting Ryan Fitzpatrick in the 4th quarter against the Las Vegas Raiders and saying, "Oh, look, it's the same," they don't understand what's happening.
No, for sure, I agree with that 100%. But that does not stop the fact that the comparisons will be made.
When does ESPN ever know what's happening?
Oh, okay.
Nobody's saying that, but I'm saying like you can see how that could turn into that line of thinking. Like they don't trust Tua on 3rd and short, so they'd rather run a quarterback sneak with Jacoby Brissett.
I think that's ridiculous. That's like if you have Patrick Mahomes and then it's 3rd and 2 and they decide to run a halfback draw and you're going to say, "Oh, you see, they ran a halfback draw instead of letting Patrick Mahomes throw it." That means they don't trust Patrick Mahomes. No, they're just trying to do something that they think is advantageous.
Yeah.
No, that's like if you have Trevor Lawrence as Patrick Mahomes backup and you say, "Oh, it's 31. Trevor, get your ass out there. Pat, come sit on the sideline." No, it's the same thing.
But
that's what happened. He's taller. He's bigger.
Who am I to get mad at the Dolphins if the Dolphins think that Jacoby Brissett's a better running back than Malcolm Brown? They practice with him more than we do. They know maybe something we don't like.
And hold on a second. Juan, did it work?
It's all good. If it didn't work, we'd be having a completely different conversation about them doing it.
Do you know how many years we wanted to run a successful quarterback sneak with Ryan, who is a big man?
And it never. No, I don't.
Successful quarterback sneaks against us and the Packers.
Mm-hmm.
I get the point.
I'm not gonna. You know what, Roy? I'm gonna give it to you. I'm not gonna argue over a QB sneak. I'll pick my battles with something else, bro.
As long as you can say, Juan, that you're chilling and the QB sneak was a good idea.
This is why Royal doesn't know.
worked.
Okay. This is
He
why
has the
Royal
man.
doesn't know.
He's just in a
All
mood
he
because that guy
had
quit on his team game
is
1.
happiness.
They put Jordan Love in the game, Michael. At what point
You
did you
got him
put Jordan
cranked
Love
up.
in the game, bro?
You got him cranked up.
What was the score?
It was like
Shut up! That's the score.
45-3. It was like 45-3, dog.
Wait. I have the entire scoreboard in our rundown. Where are those?
My boy J-Boo threw 5 touchdowns.
Oh,
Here, man.
38-3 to Crab Legs Winston. Welp, couldn't be me. All right. Let's
Welch
move
was
on.
here.
Let's move on to bullish
There is
Bears.
ever a time for Welch to come on.
Yeah. Let's move on.
Yo,
to bullish
Welch
Bears.
has not been here, but here's Aaron Anders with some.
Subbing in.
You can be temporary Welch today, Aaron Anders.
Facts, but that was the Saints with Drew Brees, not Jameis.
Yo, Jameis took it to another level. I'm not gonna
Look,
lie.
we all joked around that all he needed was LASIK eye surgery. I mean, he got it done, and
He was 30 for 30.
Glad
and
you
now look at
appreciate your
him.
Crab Legs Winston. Wait,
I'm a
we're gonna
Jameis
do
Winston
this.
fan.
We're going to do this on every Tuesday show moving forward, where we go over kind of Juan's stock report and everybody picks one player from Juan's stock report, whether or not they agree with it and their thoughts on it. But Juan, could you explain to people a little bit more about it just now? Because moving forward, we don't need to explain about it. But
yeah,
just
so I do every Tuesday. I'm going to be doing a bullish or bearish report. Basically, you know, I'm a crypto hoarder, crackhead, whatever you want to call it. And I'm all about, you know, which projects are turning up, which projects are turning down. And I'm going to take my love for crypto and I'm going to apply it to my love for the Dolphins, or hate, as some of you like to point out. And really what I'm doing is just trying to get, you know, 2 or 3 guys that are trending down, 2 or 3 guys that are trending up, and just having a little discussion about it.
Alrighty then. So we have your entire report. At least you sent it to us, right? You let us know. The first person I'm going to throw it to is Royal. Juan was bullish on Jalen Waddle. Now, you're cool on, you know what bullish means, right?
That's the most racist shit you've ever said to me in my life, Michael.
That's definitely not.
I know.
I
No,
forget.
it's definitely not. It's definitely
Stupid. I've definitely said worse off camera.
But yeah, for sure. But
So-
Michael, as you also know, my vernacular probably well exceeds your own. So for you to think that I don't know what the word bullish means, it's just insulting, bro.
Vernacular. I love it.
Bro, I had a living writing words, and this man just disrespect. What was your question? What is the
Jalen
bullish
Waddle.
thing?
Juan
What
was
is this
bullish.
bullish that you speak of?
It's bullshit. It's just another way to say
Oh, okay.
bullshit. He was
Yeah,
bullshit on
of course.
Jalen Waddle.
So yeah, I'm with him. I agree.
no
I
cap.
agree 100%. I'm going to be bullish on Jalen Waddle because of the fact that it looks like, again, like we saw in the preseason game, this offense
God,
is
I'm
built
afraid
to
that's gonna
get
get me
him
in trouble.
the
Don't even put it up.
Bro, this straight up. But hold on a second, because Royal knows why I would ask him that, considering it's a stock market thing, and Royal knows the conversations we'd had, right, Royal?
we
So
just
it
had
makes sense why I'm asking, right? But nah, okay, that's fine.
Oh no! On air, I'm calling you racist, and that's the end of
Oh,
it.
I know.
But I'm with it in terms of the Jalen Waddle thing, because like we said during the preseason, it looks like this offense is built to get him the ball a lot. Like, it's built to get it to him quick, built to get it to him in space, built to get him route combinations that get him open, and they're designed plays for him. So I think that's going to be a trend that continues throughout the course of the season, and he has absolutely every right to be. What are y'all laughing at?
He's not. I didn't put him on there, but he should be though.
He did return a punt.
Did he? I don't even know, dog.
He returned one punt. We're arguing over Jakeem Grant. All right, Kai. Juan was bullish on the man with the payday, most likely coming very soon. X. Thoughts?
I'm so glad that you put it on me because, as everyone knows, I am the biggest Xavier Howard
I did
truther
it
in
on
the world.
purpose.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was just further proof with everyone that listen, bro. Xavier Howard, I can't. It's like,
Bro, okay, but straight up, that's one of the best movies ever.
dude,
For
No lie.
sure.
No lie.
Xavier Howard
What year did it come out?
is amazing, and pay that man whatever money he wants, bro. It's just like they weren't throwing to him. He gets the fumble recovery that ends the game. Like it literally is pay that man. That's why he's the biggest picture on the thumbnail. Like He is what we want out of our Dolphins corners. We've been saying it since he was drafted and just continuing to go. I guess since he started to actually ball out a little bit, but like I love it. It's beautiful. And I'm so excited and happy that he's still here because my propaganda on Xavier Howard can stay for as long as I want. Yes, I'm an ex-truther. Listen, if you go through my Twitter, I've been an ex-truther since the day he was drafted. When everyone was saying to cut his ass, to trade his ass, to do whatever because he was getting injured, I fucking stayed. And I've been an Xavier Howard truther since the beginning.
You have 90% of Howard coin. We know that.
I
What do we
have
call it? Howard coin or X coin? I think X coin sounds better.
100%.
Bro, I'm a Winthorpe. Gotta kill me now.
Dude,
Holy crap. Holy crap, I'm a Winthorpe. You see, and the thing is, Juan has no idea what we're talking about right now, which makes me very happy.
Clueless.
You need to watch Trading Places. It's a fantastic film.
What year did it come out?
1980, 1981.
Remember, he doesn't.
It was in the 80s.
Juan doesn't watch movies.
Bro, it's so good. All right, Juan, we're going down to the negatives. You are down or bearish on the defense. Do you care to piss the people off?
I'm gonna explain to the people why before I get murdered out here. But so look, my scope of viewing things as it is last year we were a top 5 defense before the slaughterhouse that was the Buffalo Bills week 17, right? After that, we were a top 6 defense. I'm looking at it from that point of view. No, not at all. None of them.
Jesus.
I'm disappointed, honestly.
Yeah.
I prefer really not to speak. If I speak, I am in big trouble. In big trouble. And I don't want to be in big trouble.
It's my favorite thing. I didn't have to put it up.
Basically,
Michael put it up this time.
That's how. Yeah, that's basically me right now. But no, just to get back on the defense, right? For me, I'm looking at it as if we're going to be a top 5 defense, we need to expect top 5 defense qualities, right? And while they might have only held the Patriots to 16 points, that's a little deceiving when you look at the stats. They moved the ball a lot on the Dolphins, both on the air and rushing. And really, it's like I am going to nitpick with the defense because they are an elite unit. When the defense was in 3rd and 6 plus, which was our bread and butter last year, where every quarterback, no matter who it was, struggled with it, right? Bro, Mac was 6 of 8 for 74 yards and converted 4 3rd and 6 and long. Like we shouldn't be struggling like that with a rookie quarterback if we're going to be an elite top-notch defense, right? Second point, the pass rush, while it did affect Mac at times, while it did get there at times, it was never going to actually reach and actually get a sack from Mac. He was getting it out too quick. And at some point, you kind of start to play the passing lanes. Like there should have been a point where you tell him, hey, look, we're not getting to Mac. We're not reaching him today. But instead of sitting here and going all out to get to him, why don't you stop? Maybe play the passing lane.
Yep.
Maybe try to get a tip.
Rush 3. Everybody back into coverage.
You could do different things like that.
Strategy in Madden.
I didn't really see too much of that, right? And then really like my last point, and then I'll leave it to you guys. It was the rush defense. To me, again, like I'm not gonna live on the 29 for 90. It was 30 for 125. And to be honest, it was on negative game script. Like there wasn't many points where the Patriots were leading and they were running it down our throats. It was they're behind, they're still running it down our throats. Well, what happens if they do get a lead? What happens if they get a 2-touchdown lead? And ultimately, why I'm kind of bearish on the defense is the dynamic of the offense with the defense, to where we're more of a quick strike offense, up tempo. We're not really looking for ball dominant play from our offense, right? And look what happened when we didn't give that to our defense. We had them gashed by the 4th quarter to where they were doing whatever they wanted to us on the run and in the air. You saw Jerome Baker gassed. You saw Raekwon hurt. You saw everybody tired in a sense. And I get it, it's week 1. But that's also has to do with having them out there for, I think they had 70 plays to our 48. And if that's a trend, it's a concerning one. And that's what I'm going to leave it at.
And this defense to me is built to eat and thrive and dominate when the Dolphins have the lead. When the other team is forced to pass or the other team just does not have a rush game. If that happens, that's going to be great. But Alfredo says truth. Dolphins played soft ass zone in the first half, poor disguises, and then started doing heavy zero blitz in the second half. The D had some guys not play too hot, got to be better. And that I think is my big takeaway from this entire thing, right? I'll go over who I have from the stock report next, but to me it was you saw better in so many moments, right? You saw better from the offense in their first drive to start the game, in their first drive to start the second half. Something in those two worked. Why couldn't you do it more? Right? The defense never seemed like it was in full control with what was happening. It felt like there was some sort of disconnect between the game plan and what they actually thought was going to go on out there. And I don't think they adjusted well enough for what I was hoping. Now, they won. I am happy they won. I'm not sitting here saying, oh gosh, this team is terrible. I'm so down on them. No, but there's plenty of things that I want to see them fix, things that I didn't think they'd need to fix so early on in the season with no injuries, right? That's why I was feeling the way I was feeling.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem with the Dolphins defense was the fact that they allowed the Patriots to be on the field more than 15 minutes, like 15 minutes more than the Dolphins were able to be on the field.
Yep.
That is not how this team is built to play. That quick strike offense, the more opportunities you give them, then the more chances you give Tua to kind of get into a flow of the game. But it's like everybody's been saying, giving up the long third down conversions, like that's when you expect this team to get off the field. That's the elite unit. That's what we're talking about. This team should hang their hat on, especially that secondary. So to see a rookie quarterback come in there, and even if it was Dinkin and Duncan, just to see him be that efficient with the ball and not rattle him at all. He got hit, but never got rattled because he wasn't seeing anything that was overwhelming. And that's what you expect from this team this year. You expect the defense to overwhelm certain opponents. And that was troubling, bro. You got a rookie quarterback, first start, and you can't overwhelm him. What happens when you see Brady? What happens when you see Josh Allen? Like those things could be a problem.
And that comment is it, right? We play bend, don't break defense. 100% that's the way they play, right? It comes down to points. And I understand that it comes down to points. But a better team, in my opinion, right? Makes us pay, right? A better team doesn't lose the ball or doesn't let themselves get stripped at the end of the game in that situation. A better team probably capitalizes on maybe one more red zone opportunity, right? A better team doesn't allow the offense to really close it out in that final drive. So again, look, I want to see the rest of the way he plays. I was very down on Mac Jones coming out. I really was. I thought he was going to be completely immobile. I thought defenses were going to be able to rattle him. If
he was immobile, Mike. He didn't move.
No, sure. But like when I'm thinking of immobile, I'm thinking, okay, the pressure's in his face.
You're thinking like Joe Flacco.
Right. I wasn't expecting a more, granted, he's not Ben Roethlisberger in terms of moving, but standing there, taking that hit and still getting the throw off. I didn't think that was going to happen. He showed, in my opinion, no signs of rookies like fear.
But we alluded to it though, like, and we've talked about it before in the past, where it's the Dolphins on a team that's going to get home one-on-one. I thought that they would have done a better job of scheming pressure to like get home. Like I just thought that would be a case, and you just didn't see that from anybody on that Dolphins defensive line. I feel like Kai's been quiet for like far too long.
Listen, man. I said my piece in our 5-minute breakdown that we put up. I got, after I said my piece, Alfredo Arteaga roasted me. Juan gives his piece, and his piece sounds similar to my piece, and opposite true. So you know what? I'm playing back.
We got to fight in the GC, y'all. I was going to go over my bearish one, but I mean, I can just do it real quick. Juan was bearish. You're down a bit on Mike Gesicki, and I think all of us are, but not incredibly so. It was just a bit disappointing to not see him out there more than, what was he, 21 snaps out of 50 something?
I'm more just to add it. I'm more team.
I never thought I'd see that. Yo, I'm hype.
No, I'm more of the how do I say? I'm more with Gesicki as far as like, okay, well, next week you get Fuller back and you start to add pieces around that. And
bro, you want to know what's sad though? I'm kind of Team Juan right now too, and it hurts me.
Yeah, fuck that. I'm with Kachi and
physical
Chisholm,
pain.
Y'all.
Hey, look, I'm a Roy A. Shepherd truther.
Hashtag Team Chisholm, baby.
I mean, good to know nobody's ever going to turn my side, but hey, that's neither here nor there.
I was
What were you saying,
a
Juan?
Michael Christian stand last week, bro.
Yeah, for real.
What were you saying, Juan?
No, I'm concerned with Mike. I don't know I don't know a better game to try to get him involved with no Fuller. And now you're bringing back Fuller. You're gonna want to keep getting Waddle involved. You're gonna want to keep getting Devontae involved. I mean, I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, but it looks like they're not trying to feed him the ball.
I think I really do think it was a big game plan thing. I really do think it was a big game plan thing. And I thought it was interesting to see Ethan Carter out there as much as we did, right? Like Ethan Carter absolutely loses snaps once COVID Shaheen comes back. But, you know, we'll see if he does come back. I mean, for me, cut him, but whatever. You know, he did say, Young Lion 04 said Belichick was double teaming Jalen. I don't know if you guys saw, there was one specific play. I think it was Shaq Mason.
He got destroyed.
Shaq Mason absolutely bullied Jalen Phillips. Like Jalen was completely locked in. This dude comes in from the side and goes wah, straight to the ground.
I'll be fair though. I saw there was like I think Belichick has his own show that he does like midweek.
Yeah,
and I have never seen Belichick.
I agree, Alfredo.
Yeah, we were gonna talk.
And I don't even know as much as you and Juan, but I agree.
There was a couple. I had just never seen Belichick hype up an opposing player the way I saw him hype up Jalen Phillips. And in my mind, I'm like, are you trolling us?
No, but he's done that. I feel like he's done that before with the Dolphins where he like mentions a player, but I think it's like
Jason Taylor his Hall of Fame jacket.
No, but I think it's also his way of kind of getting into people's heads about things because I think he says that knowing Jalen will hear it just to kind of. I think it's mind games more than anything. I do think he respects Jalen, but
he also is a lover of the game of football. Like let's not try to kid Bill Belichick.
Oh, sure.
And Jalen got double teamed a lot.
Yeah.
Like to me, it was like okay, like I am gonna hype him up, but it's for a reason. Like that guy could wreck the game, and to me, it was almost like a little mind game too with Flores because Flores was putting him third string on the depth chart. So you know, it's what it is. What it is.
It's a very Belichickian way of doing things, but that is going to do it for this week's show. We were going to talk a little bit about around the league. I think the only things that really matter around the league are that
Darnold,
the Bills lost,
the Jets,
destroying. Dog, I know you're not talking about destroying. What was the score? 19-14.
We're talking about a bum.
19-14. No, bring it back here. 19-14. Huh?
Arizona.
The most important news is the Jets and the Bills both lost.
Yeah.
Right. Patriots lost, which means that the Miami Dolphins are the sole number one team in the division. Good for them. I mean, that's a tough place to be in. It's 1 week, but
and next
I
week
think
we
we'll all take it.
We got the Bills, and you know we also
next
got
week
Jets
is going to be a big matchup.
W.
Bro, listen, we'll talk more about that game on Thursday. Other stuff from around the league that's notable. The Packers got absolutely destroyed. It's only notable because
Chiefs Browns was a fun game to watch too.
Chiefs Brown was a fun game. The NFL is looking a little different, and I mean the Texans.
Aaron Rodgers got 1.32 points.
The Texans won a game.
Yuck.
I mean that's
the Jaguars. Let's chill out.
Dang.
Royal said
that times for Royal. Kind of looking ahead here, some of the matchups I was kind of looking for were one, obviously how the Bills played. I think that's a great Steelers defense, a bit rejuvenated there. So interesting to see how that goes. Also looking at the Colts, right? The Colts lost to the Seahawks. We do play the Colts in a couple weeks, so that will be interesting as well. And yes, that Raiders-Ravens game was absolutely insane.
We get to.
Did you guys watch the Eli Payton broadcast though?
Oh yeah,
I couldn't see it. I thought it
was pretty fun. I liked it. I liked it. But Louis Riddick is on ESPN Monday Night Football now, right? Like he's an actual commentator.
You mean the guy that everyone thinks can fix the Miami Dolphins? That's what they used to say about Louis Riddick.
I mean, I think Louis Riddick would make a decent GM, but I just like his football takes.
Yeah,
I think Louis Riddick is really good.
I have nothing against him. It's just remember, everyone's.
We're also comparing him to Booger McFarland, so there's that.
I mean, my daughter could do it better. Yeah, we'll just
your daughter from Disney on Ice could do a better job than Booger McFarland did on live television. That guy was
when the center gives the ball to the quarterback, they call it a snap.
Yo, that's literally how it is, though.
Thanks, Booger
It's
McFarland.
literally they run 5 yards. They run 5 yards to get a first down. He's like, you see that? They ran it past the first down marker, so they're doing good things in the run game tonight. Good for them. It's like, Booger, shut up. There's a reason why your
Thank
name
you,
is
Booger. Thank you, Booger
what's up on
McFarland.
noses.
You can be
man.
quiet
Holy
now for
crap.
the next 3 quarters.
Yeah,
Please.
jeez. Bring back John Madden, like 90-year-old John Madden. It's probably better than that. All right,
Bro, they
So-
could have AJ and Free do Monday Night Football, and that should be better than Booger
Let-
McFarland.
Let Pat McAfee do Monday Night Football.
Oh, that
No,
he'll
no,
never
no.
give it
No.
up. He'll
No.
never give it back.
we don't like Pat McAfee anymore.
Who?
Everybody.
And I
Hammer-
like a good give and take with people, but I didn't know the Dolphins fans had it like that.
Hammer
Nice.
down. Okay.
Nice.
I'm one
Bro,
of the
he's
boys.
a puncher. Who cares? All right, so
One of the boys.
we'll be back
Hammer
on
it down.
Thursday.
Hammer
Everybody,
down.
shush. I'm
Down.
closing it up. Okay, we'll be back on Thursday with a early preview of the Bills matchup. Don't forget to check out Thrive Fantasy. There is a link in the description down below. You have 100% money match guarantee. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. And yes, it wasn't the prettiest of wins, but the Dolphins did find a way to get a W. They are number 1 in the division. They are 1-0 and one step closer to the playoffs. Fins up. We will see you on Thursday.